Good morning, everyone. Get your attention. We're going to get started with our program. I'm Tom Leach, and on behalf of Keeneland, we'd like to welcome you to the post-position draws for the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes and the Central Bank Ashland Stakes. First, a welcome and a thank you to the connections of the horses in those races and the other races that will fill a fantastic card for this opening weekend for running your horses here at Keeneland. We are honored to have with us today the Chief Steward for the state of Kentucky, Barbara Borden. Over there. I believe we also have the President of the Breeders' Cup with us, Craig Fravel, somewhere in the house. Over there. Breeders' Cup, of course, returns to Keeneland in 2020. And a legendary Kentucky broadcaster and a longtime friend of Keeneland, Tom Hammond. This will be the 83rd renewal of the Central Bank Ashland Stakes for three-year-old fillies, named for Ashland, the home of legendary Kentucky statesman Henry Clay. The race dates back to the start of this racetrack in 1936. Monomoy Girl won the Ashland last spring as part of a campaign that culminated with the Eclipse Award. And this year marks the 20th anniversary of the win by Silver Bullet Day, and she still holds the stakes record time for the Ashland. Time now to set the post positions for our field for the Central Bank Ashland, and we're going to bring up to the podium the market president for Winchester for Central Bank, Glenn Leverage, Ben Huffman, racing secretary at Keeneland, and stakes coordinator Tiffany Bork. Oh, sorry. I jumped the gun a little bit. Let me bring up the president and CEO of Keeneland. Don't mess that one up, Bill Thomason.
Tom, I hope you've enjoyed all your years of being able to make that introduction. Might not be going so well for you in the future. Welcome to Keeneland for the annual Rite of Spring as we celebrate this weekend with the $1 million Toyota Bluegrass and the Central Bank Ashland. So everybody knows, I said that last year. I talked about this being a celebration of spring, a little bit tongue-in-cheek last year when we were dealing with a forecast of between 6 and 12 inches of snow. This year, we're not dealing with that. We're dealing with the prospects for some great weather and great racing in the first weekend. And thank all of y'all being here to celebrate. An amazing meet coming up, 18 stakes, worth $4.6 million. We're doing something different. We knew that it was going to be beautiful weather, so we thought that since we were going to have beautiful weather and we had questions about it last year, why not just add a day? So if I have to remind everyone one more time, we are beginning on a Thursday. That's tomorrow for the first time since 1959. Our fans enjoy it, our sponsors enjoy it, and the people who enjoy racing in our community, and we didn't want to take that away, one day away from anybody, so we're there. And for everybody, a blockbuster day of racing that's coming up. We celebrate starting with two great sponsors that are a part of that weekend. Two sponsors that represent all the values that Keeneland espouses here, the quality of their products, the way they treat the customers, the way they develop their businesses and the fans of their products. That's what we do at Keeneland every single day. That's our mission. It's what Keeneland's all about. And we're so proud of the racing product. So for our sponsors, Toyota Motor Sales, Cincinnati, Toyota Motor Manufacturing, Kentucky, Frankfort Toyota, Greens Toyota, Lexington, Toyota Nicholasville, Toyota of Somerset, Toyota South of Richmond. Thank all of you. We're very proud of the sponsorship, and we're proud to have you all a part. And all the executives who are here from Central Bank. Please, a round of applause for all of them and our thanks. So that we know we're on NBC Sports Network this weekend, the $1 million Toyota Bluegrass, from 5:30 to 7:30. So it's a day of racing that acknowledges this great Kentucky racing and how we open up Kentucky racing in the spring. Last thing I want to do is say hello and welcome Gabby Gaudette and Scott Hazelton to the Keeneland team. They are going to be doing our paddock announcing this year, along with our Today at Keeneland TV show. Two of the most respected, knowledgeable handicappers and commenters around the country. And Gabby and Scott, welcome to the Keeneland team. We are really proud to have you all both here. So with that, back over to Tom. Tom, enjoy your day today.
And now, as previously previewed, we're going to bring up Central Bank Market President for Winchester, Glenn Leverage, Ben Huffman, the Racing Secretary at Keeneland, and Stakes Coordinator Tiffany Bork to set the field, draw the post positions for this year's Grade 1 Central Bank Ashland Stakes.
Okay, Glenn, the Ashland's going to run with 8 runners this year, so put in 8 pills, please. Okay, give me 1 second here. Shake them up really good. Here we go. All right, we're ready.
Five.
Number 5 is Feedback. Irad Ortiz Jr.
Feedback's a Keeneland sales grad, 2 for 2, coming off a win in the Grade 3 forward gal.
Four.
Number 4 is Jaywalk, Javier Castellano.
Another Keeneland sales grad and the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies winner last fall.
Three.
Number 3, Lady Kate, Corey Lannery.
Yet another graduate of the Keeneland sales and coming off a nice runner-up effort in the Suncoast Stakes in Tampa.
Okay.
One.
Number 1, Bizwax, Mario Gutierrez.
From the barn of trainer Doug O'Neill, this horse coming off a third-place effort in the Grade 3 Honeybee at Oaklawn last time out.
Okay.
8.
Number 8, Out for a Spin, Paco Lopez. Okay.
2.
Number 2 is Chocolate Kisses, Tyler Gaffleone.
Knuckle Kisses won the aforementioned Honeybee Stakes at Oaklawn.
Okay.
6.
Number 6 is Restless Rider, Brian Hernandez Jr.
Restless Rider won the Grade 1 Alcibiades here at Keeneland last fall. Also a Keeneland sales grad.
Okay.
7.
Number 7, Bell's the One, Florent Giroux.
Bell's the one, 4 for 4, including a win in her second start here at Keeneland last October. 2 stakes wins in the last 2 starts.
Okay, set that there. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you, baby. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now we'll bring Mike Battaglia up to set the morning line.
Thanks, Tom. In answer to one Smart Alex question, no, I did not do the line for the first Ashland Stakes. I do, however, think Tom Hammond was here. All right, from the top down, Bizwax is at 15, Chocolate Kisses 5, Lady Kate 15, Favorite Jaywalk 8-5, Feedback 3-1, Restless Rider 5-2, Bell's the One 15, and Out for a Spin 20. Good luck to all.
Thank you, Mike. Now we will move on to the 3-year-old boys and the $1 million Toyota Bluegrass Stakes. I want to recognize the great sponsorship, the partnership between Keeneland and 3 Toyota entities: Toyota Motor Manufacturing of Kentucky, Toyota Motor Sales, the Cincinnati region, Frankfurt Toyota, Greens Toyota, Toyota of Nicholasville, Toyota of Somerset, Toyota South in Richmond. Representatives from Toyota are with us today. Thank you all very much. The Bluegrass is going to be contested for the 96th time. It's for the 3rd time in 6 years. We're going to have a full field of 14 and just the 6th time ever. This race was first contested in 1911, and that very first year produced a Kentucky Derby winner in Meridian. Several noteworthy anniversaries associated with the Bluegrass this spring for previous seasonal champions and Hall of Famers. 25 years ago, Holy Bull was an easy winner of this race. It was 40 years ago that Spectacular Bid dominated his rivals in the Bluegrass by 7 lengths. And finally, the 50th anniversary of Arts and Letters winning the Bluegrass by a record 15 lengths. Again, we're going to set the post positions now with Ben Huffman and Tiffany Bork, and they will be joined by the General Manager of Toyota Motor Sales Cincinnati, Mr. Shane Sizemore.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. All right. Put in 14 pills. Just mix them up. Put them in any way you like. Yes, sir. Ready, Shane?
Ready when you are, sir.
Okay, let's go.
Number 14.
14, Aquadini, Corey Lannery.
Aquadine is from the barn of trainer Dallas Stewart. And Aquadine is coming off a win 2 starts back to break his maiden, and then a nice second in Allowance Company, both at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Sir Winston, Julian LePeroux.
Sir Winston coming off an off-the-board effort in the Tampa Bay Derby, but won the Display Stakes at Woodbine back in December.
Number 10.
Number 10 is Lucky Lee, Chris Landeros.
Lucky Lee was off the board in the Withers last time, but previously 2 for 2 at Parks, breaking maiden and then winning nicely in Allowance Company.
Number 3.
Number 3, Signal Man, Brian Hernandez Jr.
Signal Man won the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club last November and was second here at Keeneland in the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity, Grade 1.
Number 2.
Number 2, Vacoma, Javier Castellano.
Making just a 4th lifetime start, a Keeneland sales grad who was a nice 3rd in the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth last time out.
Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Market King, John Court.
Market King ran in the Rebel Stakes last time at Oaklawn, hit the board, finishing 3rd, a Keeneland sales grad.
Number 6.
6, Dreammaker, Florent Giroux.
Dreammaker from the barn of Mark Cassey. He was off the board in the Tampa Bay Derby last time, but previously at the fairgrounds won an allowance race by more than 8 lengths.
Number 8.
8, Win, Irad Ortiz Jr.
Win coming off a 3rd place effort in the Grade 2 Tampa Bay Derby last time out. Previously a very impressive winner of the Pasco Stakes, also at Tampa.
Number 5.
5 is Chess Chief, Paco Lopez.
Chess Chief, another from the barn of Dallas Stewart. This horse broke his maiden last time out at the fairgrounds. The notable fact, it was his first time around 2 turns.
Number 12.
12, Parsimony, Mario Gutierrez.
Doug O'Neill sends this one in from out west, a horse that is a maiden, but O'Neill won the Bluegrass with a maiden IRAP just a few years back.
Number 11.
11 is So Alive, Luis Saez.
Trainer Todd Pletcher trains this one, coming off a 3rd place in the Sam F. Davis Stakes Grade 3 at Tampa. Horse broke his maiden first time out at Keeneland last fall.
Number 1.
1, Some Like It Hot Brown, Tyler Gaffleone.
Some like it Hot Brown coming off a win in the Grade 3 Jeff Ruby Stakes at Turfway Park last month.
Number 7.
7, Admire, Robbie Alvarado.
Keeneland sales grad, as was So Alive, I neglected to mention earlier, this horse broke his maiden first time around 2 turns, and it was at the 1.125 distance of the Bluegrass last fall.
And I'm guessing number 13. It certainly is.
13 is Moonster, John McKee.
And Moonster was in the Jeff Ruby Stakes last time out, a Keeneland sales grad from the barn of trainer Dale Romans.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now please welcome back to the podium the morning line maker here at Keeneland, Mike Battaglia, to give you the morning line for the Toyota Bluegrass.
Okay, from the top here, Some Like It Hot Brown, 10-1. Tacoma, the morning line favorite at 9-5. Signal Man, 8-1. Market King, 20-1. Chess Chief, 30-1. Dreammaker, 10-1. Admire, 15-1. Win, second choice at 7-2. Sir Winston, 15. Lucky Lee, 15. So Alive, also 15. Parsimony at 20. Moonster, 30. And Aquadini, also 30-1. Again, good luck to all.
Thank you, Mike. And now we're going to bring to the podium Gabby Gaudette and Scott Hazelton from TVG and the Keeneland broadcast team to conduct some interviews with the participants of the Toyota Bluegrass.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Bill, for the kind words. And we think we have a handle of who's here, right, Gabby? So we'll do our best to bring up as many connections as we possibly can. And starting with from the inside with Some Like It Hot Brown, Mr. Harvey Diamond of the ownership group. Harvey, if you're out there in the crowd, we'd love to have you up here to have a few words about your Jeff Ruby Stakes winner and Battaglia Stakes winner. Mr. Harvey Diamond? He's making his way up. It's a horse who's been very impressive over the course of his career. He's only got, in fact, he's only got one dirt try, and that was in his debut. And Mr. Harvey, how are you feeling about this inside draw for the Bluegrass Stakes?
It's where we want to be.
Why is that?
We got the speed, we'll take off.
Is that the game plan, to set the pace going into the first turn?
I can't say that. We'll just, we'd like to be close.
What was your takeaway from those 2 stakes wins that we saw on the synthetic track at Turfway?
We know we can handle the poly.
What about the dirt?
We're going to find out.
We wish you the best.
Thank you.
Some Like It Hot Brown, son of Big Brown, a New York bred trained by Mr. Mike Maker.
Great job. All right, we'll go to post position number 2, Vacoma, the 9-5 morning line favorite, and welcome up George Weaver up here. I think he's here. I think I saw him. There he is. Okay. Vacoma coming out of a 3rd place finish last time out in the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth. Hello, George.
Hi there.
How are you?
Very good.
All right, we'll get into it. First and foremost, welcome. And how's Vacoma doing coming out of the Grade 2 Fountain of Youth? And why opt for the Bluegrass here?
Well, to be honest with you, I thought this race was a little bit easier than the Florida Derby that they just ran the other day, and I like the extra week between his layoff race. You know, we gave him a little time over the winter, and he ran big off the bench, and I just thought he'd run a better race having that extra week.
And in terms of an inside post position, I mean, he's a horse that seems like he can do anything wherever he's placed.
He's a very fast horse. I mean, he can make the lead going 6, so I don't think we'll have a problem being up there where we want to be. So
Is that the strategy?
We should stay. We'll be out of trouble.
All right, so maybe a quick approach and just talk about his campaign so far. I mean, he's a horse that really, from the get-go, started off and showed a lot of talent.
Well, he was that way early on, you know, before when he was training in Ocala. The horse showed a lot of talent. They told me he was a runner. And when we got him, you know, we saw right away, he's just always been an athlete, and nothing would surprise us. He's been a very good colt for us.
All right, well, the talented Vekoma drawing post position 2, the speedy son of Candy Ride. We wish you the best of luck Saturday, George.
Thank you, Gabby.
Man who knows the routine, he's already making his way up here. Kenny McPeak, he's got a big look to sweep both of these races, starting with the Ashland and Kenny, a two-time winner of the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes. Kenny, you admitted after his last run in Florida that you maybe didn't have him cranked up fully. Did you realize that going into the race, and if so, why did you take that approach?
Well, he threw a shoe into the first turn, so that didn't help things either. But I do think I kind of undercooked him. I felt at that point it was a little early in the season, and you didn't want to overdo it. He had one work, his first half mile, he went too fast, and it jammed him up a little bit, and we had to back off, and it kind of threw our routine off a little bit. But this weekend, I tell you, 8-1, I'm gambling.
From the looks of it, I mean, looking at his workout pattern, it looks like you've picked it up, and from your comments, that would seem relevant or seem like it would be the case. Is that the case? Have you asked a lot more of him in the mornings?
Well, Restless Rider needed a workmate coming into the spring because she's coming off a nice long layoff. And so in that particular situation, you got to press a little harder. And I think both of them, I think it's been beneficial that they've worked together the last couple of workouts. And, I don't know if we're using him for her or her for him, but it's a good position to be in. It's difficult to find workmates for horses with that kind of talent. It's reminiscent when I had Take Charge Lady and Repent, and they worked together regularly. And but otherwise, they whip their competition in the morning, so you've got to have something to get them ready, and I think it's ideal.
Is he going to show more pace?
He's capable of that. In the Kentucky Jockey Club, we asked him to the first turn. He put himself in a little better position. He is by no means a deep closer. He's a horse that can lay mid-pack or right off speed, and I'm pretty sure we'll ask him that. How it unfolds is hard to say, but from the 3-hole, it's relatively easy. We'll let him run to the first turn.
All right, Kenny, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, you heard it. 8-1. If you can get anywhere near that, I would guess have a gamble would be the advice on Signalman.
All right, we'll see who is here. Is there anybody behind Market King, the connections for Market King? Anybody? David Denton? No? Okay. Chess Chief, Dallas Stewart, or any of the connections here? Then we will move on to Dreammaker, David Carroll. There he is. Good morning, David. Familiar face. All right. Dreammaker. Well, we'll start off with Dreammaker. I'm gonna interview you. I think this is gonna be better. But Dreammaker, obviously, last time out he ran in the Tampa Bay Derby. And what was the take on that race? Just even from the start of the race, he didn't get off too well.
It's just very, very disappointing. He trained beautifully going into the race. We were very, very confident of him. Mm-hmm. We actually didn't think it could get beat, and that's how confident we were. Never broke. It was never really in the race at any stage. And he's done that before. He went on the Futurity here last year. He broke poorly, got rank early, and just didn't finish the race. So he's a horse that has to break well, and I feel if he breaks well and puts himself in the race, we'll see the true Dreammaker. But till he does, we'll just have to pray a little bit.
Do you do anything in the mornings to try to remedy that, to make him prepared for Saturday?
Yes, we did. We breezed him a half from the gate here, 46, made sure he broke sharp. But, he does everything beautifully in the morning time. Never puts a foot wrong, and that's what leads us to believe that we'll see that in the afternoon, but we have yet to see it.
Well, and even, I know it was a disappointing performance in the Tampa Bay Derby, but he took a lot of dirt. Would you at least say a blessing in disguise that he got some experience out of the performance?
No, not really, because he got a lot of dirt in the Futurity, so no.
Well, you pick up and move on, that's for sure, but a very talented horse. And what about Sir Winston? What could you tell us of this horse and how he's coming into the race?
I think Sir Winston's a horse on the improve. His race in the Tampa was, You know, if you go back and watch the replay, he finished up beautifully. Down the backside, even around that 3-8 pole, he was going nowhere. And when Julian took him to the outside, when I say he flew home, and he galloped out beautifully. So I think with pace to run at, we know him a little bit better, and especially Julian knows him a little bit better. I expect him to see him run a big race.
Good position to be in. Thank you so much, and good luck on Saturday, David.
Thank you, Gabby, and welcome to the team here at Keeneland.
Thank you. Happy to be here. Scott.
Well, I'm happy that the chips fell this way because anytime I get a chance to talk to this man, it's a pleasure. In fact, Dale Romans and I, just 3 days ago, were having a chat in Dubai about his Phoenix Stakes winner here at Keeneland and promises fulfilled for the Golden Shaheen. I don't think I'm going to bring that up with Dale. No, he said no, so I won't bring that up. Anything but the break, which things did not go as planned, and XY Jet was cruising out on the front end. But Dale, looking at this, you've got 2 in here, starting with, where are we at? Admire, 15-1, post 7, right in the middle of the field. How do you feel about that draw?
I like holding the microphone.
You never hand the microphone.
No, the middle of the pack, that's a perfect spot for us. I mean, this is a nice horse. He's a big old strong colt that's just getting into rhythm, lightly raced, and I think he's going to have a breakthrough race one of these days, and I hope it's in the Bluegrass. We got to be first or second to get back to the Derby.
His last 2 races, not great, a 5th and a 7th. What was your takeaway from those 2 races?
The race at Tampa wasn't bad. We got beat 4 lengths in a good race, and I think that race will come out to be a good race, and it's also a good track to come off of and run. If you look over the history, running at Tampa is a good prep. Brody's Cause ran last in the Tampa Bay Derby and came back and won the Bluegrass, and like I said, this is a really good horse that's just now starting to wake up.
You've asked a lot of Moonster since he broke his maiden. He hasn't missed a stakes race pretty much. I mean, he's had a few allowance races. Why have you asked so much of this horse time and time again?
Well, he's a solid little horse, too, and he keeps showing up. I mean, he started in a $500,000 race last time, and we could go running a $40,000 allowance race at Gulfstream Park, but it doesn't get us points, and it doesn't make as much money as running third in a big race. And I think off that third, he earned his right to try to run the Bluegrass, and nothing I'd like to do more than run a Calumet horse in the Kentucky Derby.
Looking at the Derby overall and getting to the first Saturday in May and at this crop of 3-year-olds, it seems as though inconsistency has reigned supreme. Is that the case, in your opinion, from your experiences?
Well, I think that we've seen over the last several years there's more parity than usual. It usually ends up being like one standout. But there's a lot of parity in this crop, and everybody knocks the crops usually early. But let's see what happens as the year goes on, and see, this might just be a solid group, a bunch of horses.
All right, Dale, always a pleasure.
I got more to say.
What else would you like to talk about? As long as you don't take the mic.
No, if I can't have the mic, I'm leaving.
Get out of here. Dale Romans, everybody, always for a good time. I believe, from what we've been told, there is nobody here from the win-win-win Mike Trombetta camp. Is that the case? Any takers? I think that's the truth. And then moving down the line, we've heard from Sir Winston Lucky Lee. We were told that Tyler Service, assistant trainer, could be here, but we've yet to see him. Tyler? Oh, Tyler's here. Come on up. So Tyler Service, the assistant trainer of Lucky Lee.
Welcome, Tyler. Thank you. Okay, well, first and foremost, Lucky Lee, 15-1 on the morning line, post position number 10. What were you hoping for, and what's kind of the feel with the post position?
I think the post position is good. That last race at Aqueduct, he broke pretty poorly, and I think that took away from his race. He's a horse that likes to be up on the pace and involved early, so I think the outside will help us. He won't have to stand in there too long, and hopefully he'll leave running.
You've been with him for quite some time. How has he been shipping into Keeneland?
He's been great. They actually, him and Jaywalk both, they've adapted beautifully. I think the cold temperature really helped them out a ton coming from South Florida, and it takes their toll on some horses. So they got here and they adapted, and they're doing well.
And he's a horse that obviously stretched out to 2 turns for the first time last time out in the Withers. You tackled Graded Stakes Company. What gives you guys the confidence to keep pursuing the first Saturday of May?
I mean, he's a colt that just acts like he'll run all day, and he broke his maiden going 2 turns, and I just think that he's a horse that the distance will help, and the bigger races you have more distance, so give him a shot.
So the strategy, you said he has a lot of speed. I would imagine the strategy is to get him out of the game, be forwardly placed.
Well, he needs to be forwardly placed. Not unlike the last race, he can't be back there. He just spins his wheels and loses focus.
All right, well, best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Going down the line here, So Alive.
And Nick Bush, famously of always dreaming when he took over the reins on the Kentucky Derby winner. How are you, my friend?
Doing well, doing well.
I assume nothing. That's what I've learned in this game. So have you been getting on this horse here?
Yeah, since he's been here, yep.
What have you seen from him?
He's been training well. It seems like he likes the surface. Broke his maiden here, so hopefully he can go back to form and do like that in the Bluegrass.
How do you think he'll handle this outside draw?
I think that's good for him, you know. He doesn't have to worry about being down on the inside, and he's probably going to go back to the back anyways, starting off, so hopefully he can get a good clear run and come home.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, brother.
All right, so that is the group. From what we've been told, nobody here from Parsimony. For Doug O'Neill, we've spoken to Dale, and then Dallas Stewart's not here. So with that being said, that's the connections as we hand it back to Tom.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks to Scott and to Gabby. Again, thanks to all of the connections who are competing here at Keeneland for this opening weekend, and tremendous cards throughout the weekend. Thanks to all the media members that turned out to cover the event today. Enjoy a great weekend for the opening of the Keeneland Spring Meet. Thank you.